And that's me here. On my own at the moment. There are a few people down in the other chat room. They might jump up and join us, but in the meantime I'm actually playing on my Riemann tune, and I'm just going to start the parser up just as I've got the numbers on the screen as always. That should appear there shortly. There we go. I'll just get everything positioned so as I can see it all on the other monitor perfectly. Oh, I need a bigger screen. There we go, that's that sorted. Right, so as I said, I'm on my Riemann tune this time and he's got a lot of work to do. So I need to get quite a few marks. I believe he's tier 5 across the board apart from the last two latest reps, which I haven't started yet on that one or that one. A few uncompleted projects as well by the look of it. Right. So let's go and ooh, where do I start? Oh, being as I'm near the Dyson sphere, I'll go over and start collecting undie marks and the Voth stuff. This is a little bit different to see me flying this. Crenum Imperium. This is a I think it's a spiral wave disruptor build if I'm not mistaken. No, it's not. It's anti-proton on this one. I changed it the other day. My anti-protons were given a little bit more bang for their buck. Let's see where we need to go. Might as well. Oh, we got to that one there. Let's just zoom out on that map as well so as I can see roughly. I would admit these ones where you have to occupy the area can be a little bit annoying. But I've already completed my endeavours for the day. I logged on earlier on and got them out of the way. Let's not fly straight into that. Let's move around that. And it sort of followed me. Let's change course and go around this way. Remember, if you do want to join me in chat, just click the Discord link underneath the video stream and bring you through to the Discord server. Or you can join me in game by typing /channel join temporal space intrafleet INTRAFLEET. Let's park right on top of it. There we go. And so Sargon, you've got to be inside here. You've got to be inside the... that's it. Let's just hope that the other players come inside. He's a little bit outside there and he's on his way in. Oh, I just realised I haven't turned on First Officer Hatsy. That's his name, by the way. There he is. That's just over halfway through. As I said, these ones can be a little bit boring. The arrival of the Undine is a little bit sparse. I suppose they've ramped it down because less people come over here now. Not long to go now. I'll probably get one more wave come in and then we'll be able to complete it. Let's just clear up this screen a little bit. And shut down any second now. Should be able to pick it up straight away. Start spamming the F key now. There we go, that's that one sorted. Off to the next one. Right, that one's completed, so it's up over here. Alright, so yeah, Sargon and is that 2 foot? Follow me. Good on them. I will admit this Krenim is an incredible little ship. Fell in love with it the day it first came out. And just make sure I can see all the rent channels that I need to see on this. Yep, brilliant. So yeah, just basically grinding out loads of marks on this tune. So I'll probably be running some different TFOs in a moment. So if anybody wants to join me, more than welcome to. Just clear some of this loot out of the way. Right, now we've got the full inventory, let's salvage some of this. I'm not going to be using any of it. This is a good point to actually ask Cryptic for an option in the replicator. We've got the recycle, why can't we have a salvage option? Make this job much easier instead of right click and then all the way down and having to hold enter. And but there's lots of things we can limit down to one click, I suppose. I don't use any of those, so I might as well get rid of them. Right, so let's move on to the next one. Let's go straight across the map. Alright, another one of these hanging around ones, not even halfway through, but I'm sure we'll soon get that one sorted. So let's do the same as last time, just park over the middle and just wait for things to come into range and fire at them. Like these ones behind me. He's disappeared into a rift, he'll be back shortly, there he is. It's almost halfway through now. A little bit of violent camera shake there. Ship turn. There we go. Right, these people realise they've got to stay in this area here rather than keep flying out of it. This will go much faster. Let's get these drops out of the way again. Pewp! Yeah, it was a mistake from last night. I've taken it out, but it's still showing. Don't worry about that, Steve. We'll blame it on trainees. So well, that's just responding in the Marder chat, saying hi, being nice and polite. Alright, this one will soon be down as well. Just get in position right in front of it. Scrambling sensors a bit. There we go. Alright, now we've got the Voth. I love acetone simulators. I was going to say acetone drones, aren't they, from these, not simulators? Yeah, I will admit, Steve, it is a brilliant little ship, the Chronom Imperium. It's one of my favourite ships in game. I recommend it for most attacks. Let's park on top of the Citadel ship. If it blows me up, my walker will get him back. So much loot. Alright, 1.5 minutes to go, and that's this zone completed. Too many warp core explosions and too much loot. Alright, I don't think we're going to get any more in this last 10 seconds. I'm not surprised they got their chronotons cleaned. Or whatever it is that they clean on their starships. Probably polishing Voth eggs or something. It's that season. Oh, inventory full again, right. Let's get rid of some of this, just off this bottom row quickly. Yay, right, let's jump out of here now. Right, what should I do next? Got any suggestions? Obviously nice suggestions, not horrible ones. Right, so I might as well start some of these new reps while I'm here. Yeah, I think it was the EC I was lacking last time when I started this. So this is good, this starts him on the road. No, I don't find it's beneficial doing those extra per day. I know some people have done it on their main tune. I didn't. I just bided my time. But it's totally up to you however you want to do it. Right, don't know why I'm going for those. Can't remember why. Right, so I need to get some. Oh, I've got competitive marks. Good. Save me having to get those for a few days. Yeah, so when you actually look at the rewards that you get for the hourly, so you receive 400, so you get an extra 1,200. And when you actually look at the resource that you put in, just for that small extra amount versus the big 5,000 you're going to get that from that one, it's not really worth it. I mean, if you've got the resource there and you want to get through it quickly to get, maybe there's something you're after from that rep, then yeah, go for it. But I myself just don't find that waste of resource or that use of resource practical at this level, or for the way I play the game. I'm going to get there eventually. What's an extra couple of days? Right, I'm going to quickly prepare myself a cigarette, so it'll be pretty quiet for a second. Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, sometimes if you've been missing the um, actual, you've not done them, and the people that you're playing with and you're running with are that little bit ahead of you, then yeah, you might want to catch up. So there is a case for doing the dailies, as I said, but most people I don't think are doing them. I'd be interested. I mean, those guys out there, if you are doing your hourly ones instead of just the dailies on your reputation, let us know. Be interesting to see. If you don't mind me asking, how many alts do you have? How many characters do you play? Is it just the one? Is it two? I wouldn't consider 5 or 6 tunes an autoholic. I've just left somebody in general chat who plays Perfect World International. I think he said 129 tunes over there, and he's got a good 40 or 50 over here, maybe more on Star Trek Online. Um, so yeah, it does build up. And if you think of doing 3 projects per day off of every single reputation, what is there? There's 12 of them now, 13, 14 of them. I can't remember. And like you, I can be a bit of an autoholic as well. So I have a few characters that I can play with. So this one is the only one that is virtually complete. I've just got the latest rep to do on this tune here, which is the same as everybody else, going through that slowly. But tier 6 across the board. The others haven't even got anywhere near it. So let's jump back onto this one anyway and play him for a while, because it's what you guys are used to seeing me play. Right, I can see the chat again now. I don't have so I'll probably catch up there. Hello, Raven. Thanks for joining us tonight. Right, so as I said, I am playing with you guys tonight. So if there's anything you need to do, give us a shout. I'll join you on your team, and we go and blast it and get it sorted and out of the way. So it looks like nobody's got anything they need to do. Full-team mains, well, I wouldn't put it past you, Steve. That split personality of yours. Oh, sorry, that's not Steve. Yes, it is Steve. Full-team mains, yeah. I didn't see the other chat come through. Right, so we've got Universal Endeavour there to complete. So defeat 10 commanders or captains on the ground. And one of the easiest places to do that is where there's commanders on the ground. So there's a few things I think will count. And they are a Harlequin over at Nimbus and a few of the larger Scorpions. So what we do is we'll head over to Nimbus. Whatever you want, I'll even throw in some authentic screeching like a modem, just to give you that authentic feel, Raven. Yeah, sorry Fox, it's probably limited you from posting a link there. I don't know how to get around that. Let me have a quick look. I might have to do it in this software. Give me a second. Not a link, bot is a bully as usual. Well, if you've got my details in game, send me a friend request at Krildan, at KRILLDARN. Send me it in game, and if it's relevant to everyone else, I can drop it in the chat myself for you. So that's not an issue. Anyone else that wants to send me a request in game, please do so. That's if it will let me post it. It keeps telling me there's no user called that. Why not one of each, Steve? Go for one of each. Seems like the logical thing to do. There you go, just calibrate the dog to make him a bit better. Yeah, that is a fair number of tunes there, Fox. I do know of one player. He actually started the DPS leagues, and he went away on holiday. I think it was gone for like 7 days, and he had a stupid, I think it was 7 million dilithium across his account that would have been auto refined over the 7 days. It was a crazy number of tunes he had. I can't remember the exact number now. If Kirby was here, should be shouting it at my ear. Yeah, but I know one guy that's got 3 accounts, and each account is maxed out with the max number of vaults that he can have on each one. He runs the House of Nova Elite, or he used to. And I haven't seen him for a while. I mean, that's probably because he's reached burnout from all of the grinding out everything for each of the tunes. Right, so I was going to Nimbus, wasn't I? Before I interrupted myself. It's very easy to burn out on this game. I started playing, this is my first toon, so to give you an idea, if I go back to my very first entry in my log, so you see I started playing on the 15th of January 2013, and I've had probably about 2 weeks off in total over that number of time away from the game. I think it's just a love of the community that keeps me going. Apart from Steve, he winds me up sometimes, so I try not to talk to him too much. Keep him at arm's length. In spaces is just about the right distance. Love you really, Steve. I'm only saying that because he'll come into channel and beat me up if I don't. And I say good evening to Jordan and Amada. Give me one moment. Right, let's jump down to Nimbus and let's see if we can find some of these higher level enemies that count as commanders. I mean, I think the elite tactical drones might count down on Defira. So there's a few enemies that will do that for you. Alright, so let's head over to the Ahalas. Not going to bother with any missions, just get straight into it. Oh, what can I collect? Yeah, let's set another one of them going. So I've still got a long way to go, taking my time on that one. Let's see which ones of these count. I'm sure the Queen will. I think the Elders do as well. Yep, the Elders count. Excellent. Right, I want to change my weapon actually while I'm thinking about it. Let's go back to Fox. So if you're in Star Trek, send it to me in game. Send me a PM, and I'll have a look at it and see what it is. And I'll have a look and see what's causing it to think that it's some form of link. So the handle is at and then KRILDARN. Sorry, KRILLDARN. 2 L's. Forget my own at handle there. definitely not spawning out those big enemies, are they? So let's change instance. Get to a less populated one. There we go, that one there. Let me just have a quick look at the stream, 1 second. Let me just mute that, otherwise it's going to start picking me up. Right, there you go, Fox. Do you want to try posting again? And it should allow you. Excellent. Nice. Glad that's working for you now. What I've done is I've just given you a little bit more permissions there, Fox, so you should be able to post that. It might not think it's a link now, and we can all get to see what you're trying to say there, which be good. Right, let me get back to the game now and getting these A-harlers sorted out. So let's go get the bigger ones. What I've done is I've made you a VIP on Twitch, so it should allow you to post things that look like links. We'll see if that works. There you go, that's her out the way. That's number 4. This one should make number 5. Yeah, I quite like the Boolean. I do use it on some of my other tunes. My little Loki tune, the 4-foot alien, is hilarious when he's running around with that gun. Gun's bigger than he is. So I'll probably give this a few moments to reset just to get the. I could probably get this with actually taking on some of the sand scorpions as well. Let's go back to Paradise City. And we run out into the desert from there. Yeah, what it is, I'll jump over to Loki quickly. And you can see what I mean. Depends which form Loki's in at the moment, I can't remember. There he is. Oh, look at that, he was right in Nimbus. He's in his small miniature form. Yeah, I still haven't upgraded it yet. I haven't got round to doing that. Yep, an alien tune. Go away. Ah, so the large scorpions do count. Yeah, I do quite enjoy it. I really should get it on the other tune as well, but I just like that ground glance. And there is the other weapon as well, which I will show you is very much like one from Stargate SG-1, and a lot of people have overlooked it. I think I might have it. Let's have a look. There we go, the Sphere Builder Anti-Proton Repulsor. So if you haven't seen this, this should remind you of something from SG-1. So let's take a run out into the desert. Let's choose that big sand scorpion that's running around, the mature one. And you will see what I mean. It's very much like a gold hand device. So let's change to it. So you literally just fire bolts from the palm of your hand. It's anti-proton base damage as well, so it's not too bad. A reasonable range on it. Does what it says on the tin. And it has this nice AoE effect, which I will just swap that over there so it's on the fire button. That's right, yeah, the gold hand device that they can use for wiping people's minds. And they can also fire blasts, like kinetic blasts from it. Alright, so let's go, I'll show you it's large. And this does do quite a bit of damage when you get it right. Yeah, this is the Sphere Builder Anti-Proton Repulsor. You see, it just sits on the palm of your hand. Right, so I just need one more to get this endeavour. Excellent, there we go. So yeah, I did actually see on Facebook the other day somebody had a character that actually looked like Tilk. They'd even managed to get the mark on the forehead, although it wasn't in gold, it was in the black. So obviously hadn't gone through that process, that ritual, the one where they pour the gold into the skin. That must hurt. Now, if you want me to come and join you on a mission or a TFO, give me a shout. I will come and jump in with you. And yeah, Raven, I did actually watch, I can't remember how many times it was, but some poor person went through and counted the number of times Tilk said indeed. My response was open the door and walk outside and get out some more. Although I suppose I can say that if I was to count the number of times I've seen films like The Wrath of Khan, I would probably need quite a few people's hands. Oh, I'd hate to think what some people collect. Yeah, it is. Just thinking about you say about things people collect many years ago. I was working at Heathrow Airport, and there was a yeah. Still don't like you there, Fox. There was a decanter that I liked, and I got offered it. It was basically a porcelain stag decanter, hand painted in 22 karat gold, and I got given it. And ever since then, I've liked unusual shaped decanters. Right, what I can try, we'll give it a different approach here to see if we can get you to post a link. Because it's not a link anyway. Right, try that now, Fox. See if that works for you. Let's see what it is you're trying to post up there. That should get round the bot now. going to have a quick look at Mr. Streamlabs bot and see what he's exactly blocking, because he should only be blocking anything that's got a www dot or a http at the start. So any jokes that start with with somebody with a stutter, you can't get away with that one, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm a bit like that with tech. I collect a lot of tech, especially old things like motherboards and computer components. It's coming quite handy where I've needed a component for something that's blown on something else and just been able to unsolder it and pop it on and get something working. So it's quite handy, especially when it comes to things like older capacitors. They're known for being quite leaky, and sometimes you can find a good one of the same spec, same model on a different board that's completely gone. Well, I've managed to achieve the first phase of one of my builds at home. I have a fully functioning cold plate which is down to minus 42 degrees, and it's the first stage in me building an electronic cloud chamber for a friend to use as a physics experiment in one of his demos at college, and it will save a fair amount on getting the dry ice to do the experiment. So I can build it for under $10, where it's going to be $300 worth of dry ice to do the experiment, and this is repeatable, so it's going to save a lot of money. Yeah, I don't blame you. I do similar things. I've got some of it's a peltier, so I'm using I can't remember what it is. Is it bismuth telluride semiconductors? 127 of them, to 150 watts. One running at half the wattage of the other, stacked on each other with a copper cold plate on the top. My next one is to build a high voltage 2 kilovolt circuit to generate a potential difference, so as we can visibly see radiation in a saturated alcohol atmosphere. So that's the idea of it. So it will work. The physics is sound. I've just got to go and try and find the components. I'm going to have fun building a 2 kilovolt circuit. Yeah, should hopefully have it up and running, hopefully by the end of next week, and then we'll get a proof of concept. If it does, I will get a video up on YouTube of its construction and how it goes together, how easy it is to build, and I'll give you links as to where you can get the components. So it's the sort of thing, if you've got a child that's doing got a physics fair coming up and you want a good something for a presentation, it's a good way to show people how radiation works. And you can get it really. I mean, you don't need to really strip it down, because there is a risk of poisoning yourself, but there is a radioactive source inside most smoke detectors. Yeah, 2 kilovolts is easy. It's DC and it's single phase. Basically what it is, I just need to generate a potential difference between two plates. One's going to be a grid with an alcohol pad soaked above it, so when the alcohol vapor falls through it, it picks up a charge, and when it goes down to the bottom, because of the cold, and it's pulled to the bottom basically, and because of the cold of the plate, it's too cold for the alcohol. It doesn't condense to a liquid, it stays as a supersaturated vapor, and it can then interact with alpha, beta and gamma particles. It makes them leave a trail. You probably remember the experiment from school years ago. Oh yeah, generate. As I say, generating that's quite easy. All I have to do is get one of those fly swatters. One of those ones that's shaped like a tennis racket. That's about 2 kilovolts, and that can be rigged into the power supply that I'm using. I've got a 5 volt feed off of it, so I just hook it up so as it's constantly working. And instead of using the racket, I just send the signals out to a mesh in the plate. So yeah, it's all in hand. Should all work. Right. So anyway, let's get back to Stowe. Right, I've already got enough marks there, and I've got that endeavour. So let's pick that up and see what it gives me. Nice. So there's 100 marks, quarter specialisation points, normal R&D, and 50,000 DC. Not bad. Now, which marks am I collecting? Any of them, really? Let's take 50 delta there, which was the other one that was quite low. Iconian. To be quite honest, I would. Are you running the technicians for the cooldown on the Octobat, which you obviously are if you're running an Octobat build? I'm assuming you're going to say yes to that. Yeah. So there's no point. You'll probably find that you're already at global anyway. So popping in a skill that's going to decrease the cooldown is going to be moot. You're not going to benefit from it. You'll be better off having another skill in there. And if you're using the trait that increases the length of it, then you can obviously get rid of that as well. I suppose you could do some sort of balance where you might be able to get away with taking one of them away and using Photonic Officer for the other part of the cooldown, and then utilising the second Octobat to take a small amount off of the global ability on the Photonic if it's not already at global. But yeah, I think you find that, I mean, if you get some of the guys in there later that do run the Octobat builds, you'll find that they will be not running the photonic trait. I am running Photonic Officer on this build, and I do believe I have the trait as well. So the improved Photonic Officer there. But the reason for that is I don't have much in the way of cooldown on my officers, for many bits and pieces through my traits and things. I've got the 2 points in readiness, or the 2 away from the maximum in each one, but it's still not full 100% cooldown, so I can get away with using Photonic Officer 1 to give me the full recharge across the board at global. It works quite well. So this is quite a mean little build. But what I'm going to do, if you guys don't mind, I'm going to just take a 5-minute break to go and get myself a drink. My mouth is feeling a little bit dry, and when I come back, I'll jump in and we'll start doing some TFOs, and we'll see if we can get some people in stream with us. So I'll catch you in about 5 minutes. I've got my drink, so I'm back. Let's just kill that intro because we don't need to see that again. There we go, already done that once. Thank you very much. Right, so whilst I was gone, stood over watching, waiting for a kettle to boil, I was thinking, instead of doing some TFOs, I was pondering, things like, the questions that I see most asked in Fleet Chat, in Armada Chat, and also one of the most popular questions on places like Facebook and Reddit is, what ship should I fly? I am a TAC. What ship should I fly? I'm a Sire or an engineer. And everybody comes on with their own opinion as to what you should fly based on what they've flown when they've been, playing those characters. And I can honestly say, in the 6-7 years that I've been playing this game, there is only one answer, and that is whatever you like. Find a ship you like the look of, that you like how it performs in maneuverability. It could be a special feature of the ship that you find attractive. Unless your playstyle is min-max, top of the league board, DPS, then you have to go down a set route, certain types of ships in order to do things. It can be quite expensive and can burn holes in your pockets. But for the rest of the, if you're not doing that sort of thing, just choose a ship that you enjoy. Unless you're KDF. Well, then there's not many ships that are that good looking. I would admit, because I got the lifetime account, I did go for the vet ship. I find that not too bad. They do tank quite well. The only problem is their loadout is not the best. You can do better. So I can't remember if I actually gave him a lockbox ship in the end. I can't think. Anyway, so to give you a demonstration, so as you can see, this toon is a science officer. On his skills, he's expected torpedoes, and obviously part gen, and all the usual sort of stuff. Let's have a quick look at that. Yep, most important thing in this game is having fun. If you're not having fun, step away from the game, because that's going to damage not only this game but any game you're playing. If you're not enjoying it, take a break from it, walk away, find something else to do, and you suddenly feel the urge, oh, I want to go and do this, oh, I want to go and do that, and then you jump back into the game and you carry on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some of the ship. I normally go through the ships and I just jump in them and you have a quick look around them. But what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to choose a ship that we know is something that's not science related. So I've got quite a lot of science ships here, unfortunately. So as you can see, even he's got a Crenum Imperium. Right, so let's have a look. We'll choose a Kelvin Intel Timeline Dreadnought. So at the moment I've probably got a really dodgy build on this from when I was spec'd into beams. Or I'm probably just using it for storage. More than likely just using it for storage. Now I've got coalition disruptors and the disruptor on there. This was back when there used to be a meta where you went disruptors with everything. Nausicaan disruptor, plus also the trait, and you were boosting the hell out of your disruptors, and this torpedo was initiating was it one of the set bonuses or one of the traits? I can't remember it all now, but anyway, let's change this around. So we will put up the front here. We'll throw on the Romulan Hyper, and then this is getting to be quite popular in game. Hippie and Super Tiger were I think running this, and they were playing around with it. I'm not sure if it was those two, and it seems to have picked up because we've been using it quite a bit on stream. I'm actually quite a bit on Plasma here. He's been using it. Hippie's been using it on his stream as well, and quite a few other people have picked it up. Yeah, I mean that is a good call actually. Being able to customize your ship interior. I think a lot of people would like to be able to do that. Right, I'm going to put the dark matter on the front as well. And I'm also going to throw up the gravimetric on the front. So, there we go. 4 torpedoes on the front. On the rear, I'm going to do the same as I would do on an all-science build. Let's throw on the Dyson proton weapon. I'm going to put on the bioplasmatic turret thingy. There it is, enhanced biomagnetic turret on the torpedo as well for the 2-piece bonus. I should have the turret here somewhere. Probably gone past it already. Definitely can't see it. I see the torpedo. And this is one of the glitches that you get sometimes to get around that. What you do is just switch to a shuttle. We'll see if we can see the turret now. Torpedo launcher. There's the turret. Just equip it on there and then drop it in the inventory, and then it's available. I'm going to drop that one on there, and then we're going to put the torpedo in there as well. Now, because I'm not going to get so much bang for the buck from the science, I'm going to put on the focuser with EPG. There's the one with the extra EPG, the plus 75. Probably won't give me that one either. It's definitely not liking me on these consoles today. There is that one there. So yeah, that was it. It was a 3-piece bonus from the Nautical set as well that people were going for. So we dumped that one on there. What's that? That's the DPRM, yeah. Plasmonic leech, I was definitely storing that there. Although that still has a small use. I thought it was gone with the days when people were doing things in shuttles. I will have the auxiliary ejection assembly on there as well. Constriction anchor gives a nice bonus to exotic damage. Right, now this might seem like a strange one to put on there, but it's given me the big photon projectile damage bonus and also the radiation damage bonus. So there's an argument for having that there. Now let's have a look for some other funky things that we can put in here. So yeah, that will improve my crit. Right, I need to hide some of these weapons and some of this stuff, so let's get it onto the shuttle just temporarily out of the way. That can actually be salvaged. Some more inventory space. That shield will go on there for now. Yeah, I will put the weapons enhancer on there as well. Right, so let me just sort out this HUD as well. Give me a second. It's just a little bit different for this ship. There we go. Right. Some stations. No point, I haven't got any beams on this, so let's change that to a torp. I'm going to leave that as it is. In fact, we've got that there, so we'll leave that as beta, that one there. Ooh. Damage. I always go for damage on a torp. Don't know why. Beam weapon, I would go for crit D. Right, I should have an engineering team down in there. Yep, I've got 2 copies of engineering team up there, so I probably only need the one. That was back when I didn't have the global cooldown, so I want the strongest powered orcs that I can get, which is going to be the 3 just there. I quite like the structural integrity collapse. That can come in quite handy. So let's change this one to a psi. So we'll change that to a gravwell. We'll leave that as DRB, and we'll drop that in a subspace vortex. Plus hazard emitters just there. 2 lots of healing. That might be a bit overkill. Actually, let's put channel key construction on there, and we'll have causal reversion there. Let's get rid of a target lock, and we'll have that as we got it as an engineering team. There we go. Hazard emitters is clear. I'd normally have a science team as well somewhere on there, but let's not worry about that for now. Let's get these skills onto the bar. So, as you can see, I'm going to put them in roughly the same loadout I would have if I was doing a side build. I don't need the energy amplifiers, they can go. Brace for impact is where I want it to be. That counts as a hill, so I'll drop that up there. That's DPRM. Oh, I got a cloak. Yeah, I forgot about that. Not worried about the constriction anchor being deployed. DRB can sit there. I want that down there because I tend to cycle. See, these 2 here are activated whenever I press my fire button on the Xbox controller. So Oxtasif, being as it's got the really rapid cooldown on it, it cycles around like something stupid, like every 10 to 12 seconds. So if you're spamming your heals, you've got that coming around, and if you do it just right, and you put in a lot of threat, it can work quite well. I'm going to leave diversionary tactics there. DPRM's in the right place. Military Power Ox 3 is in the right place. So that's Ox Civ 3 there, isn't it? Yeah, let's drop that there. I'll throw that engineering team into on there. So as you can see, I've got used to having things in set spaces because I know that's where they're going to work best. I'm actually going to drop Tac Team up there as well. It's already down there. I think that should be good enough for now. Let's go and see what damage this thing can do. So let me just save this. So what I do is I call this Torp Psi. I definitely don't need that on this. Let's unequip those. I want exotic particle floods. And also the temporal negotiator. So that'd be quite handy to have, so let's drop those in there as well. So it should be them there. Yep. I'm also going to leave the weapons on auto. I'm not going to bother. Oh, I have Photonic Fleet as well. They're quite handy. They do a reasonable amount of damage on their own. I'll drop QSM in there as well. Just realised I haven't got that there. That can be dropped in. A scattering field anywhere. Yep, I do. And a sensor scan. And Chowu, thank you very much for following. It's very much appreciated. Right, so let me just find that skill that I dropped on. Where are we? Temporal Negotiator, TTTTT. I've already got it there, but I want it somewhere where I can use it easier. Right, and then let's shift that over to there. That one over. And I should have some pets here somewhere that I can deploy. And let's drop those on there. Right. Let's resave this loadout. And just to make sure it works okay, we'll take a console off, drop it back on. Now, the traits that I'm using on this, I'm going to stick with the torpedo traits and the exotic traits that I've been using all the way through for all my side builds. I'm leaving my DOFs the same. So what I'm doing here with the space DOFs is, hold on a minute, let me get to the right map, is top cooldown, damage against Borg, because I normally run Borg maps, and then boost to exotic damage and the chance for my grav rolls to take engines offline. So it's not a bad little combo. So what I do is I start the parser on this one here. I will change the game to advanced, just to give you a rough idea, and we'll head to one of the systems in Taldewa. Right, now before I do that, I do not need that level of power just there. Yes, it is a good DOF, Fox. The DOF that will give you the chance to generate an extra grav roll is a very, very good DOF to have on a build. However, I tend to run more HSEs, and we find that the additional grav roll can be exceptionally troublesome in a hive map. So it ends up pulling things like, the idea is that when I go into a hive, I want to try and capture all of the spheres into one area, so everybody that's going in has them all in their front target, and we wipe them all out in the first go. So it's a big massive DPS boost for everybody at the start of a HSE. If then a second grav roll then appears, it can pull them away from the actual area where we're firing, and it can interfere with the the rest of the map, and it can cause us problems. So give it a try yourself. Have a look and see what I mean. It's good if you're running solo, but if you're doing teamwork and you're trying to coordinate positioning with a control officer, someone doing control like I do, then you'll have issues. Right, let's make my way out of the system here. So this is USS Made of Lego reporting for duty. Let's do Korea. So what we do is we do the usual trick. Actually, it's about the same distance from there to it's not really. So you get anywhere outside of here and jump to Starbase 234 just by changing instance, but I'm not going to bother with that. Let's just slipstream. And let's crash into a star. I've already sacked 3 helmsmen for that. Oh, that's one thing I didn't do was the engines and shields, did I? The temporal, yes. I want the temporal defense initiative port core. Yeah, they're the right ones. And I want the drainer. Probably just gone right past it, haven't I? No, still en route. There we go. Okay, so this is going to be fun. This is a science officer in a destroyer with a torp build. So I'm going to treat it exactly the same way I would if I was doing a normal run with a Cytoon. A couple more over there, just a few more to go. It's obviously the grav balls aren't as powerful as they would be on a side ship. As you can see, it still does the job, still very responsive. So let's try a little bit of a different approach this time. We'll jump back into the system again. And let's just reset this parcel 1 second. There we go. Right, let's choose my target. I should make use of the cloak really, shouldn't I? I suppose if really with the amount of plasma I'm using on this, I should really be having plasma consoles for the torpedoes that are boosting torp damage. I mean that would give you some nice figures, but right, they will eventually come in and get caught. So yeah, I think that's quite viable. Bit of fun. Let's jump back to Salt. My scroll bar hasn't moved along, but thank you very much, Vane Beach, for following. Very much appreciated. Let me just catch up with some of the chat there. That's the Interfleet channel. Hello, anybody that's using Interfleet and watching the stream. Yep, the most commonly used ship in the game. Thanks, Steve. Thanks for pointing that out. Right, let me just get to the Twitch chat 1 second. There we go. Okay, there you go. If you type that command into your chat bar, that'll give you access to our in-game chat channel, Temporal and Interfleet, and from there you'll be able to communicate with us in-game. Right, let's collect these rewards. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly just swap some of these back over. What was that? That's let me just double check. Yeah, let's pop that back on there. I think the best bet is if I actually change ship and then jump to ground and sort out the mess of things that will move into the overflow bag. Should be alright though, with not too much. I do have to consider getting some more of the inventory space. I'm waiting for a sale, which should be soon, hopefully. Oh, what do you know? That worked out alright. I'll still drop some of these on ships just to get rid of them. Oh, they might do a services sale a bit sooner. Yeah, probably will be the 4th of July, be the next one. There's a load of things on this character that I don't really need or use anymore, but it's just going, I don't want to throw it. Yeah, because one day eventually it'll probably be worth using again. You know, loads of the different types of shields that I've picked up, and all of the deflectors, and hold on, was that my pep? Yeah, I don't want to pop that in there. They can all go in there. Right, however, I am going to have a look at using the counter command relay on the build. I've got a feeling there's some potential with that. Let's just pop back up to the ship and have a quick look. Alright, we'll catch you in a short while, Raven. So let's move over from to there temporarily. I should be able to do gamma Eridon. I want to get some figures on the radiation damage. So admittedly I've changed one component, but it's basically the same sort of build that I've just had on the Vengeance. But you'll see what a actual class specific ship will do. So this is what I said. You can take any ship that you enjoy flying, you can put any build you like on it, and you can get it to perform. You know, it's similar to. I'm not going to say it's going to match what you can do in a vessel that's designed specifically for it, but you'll be able to at least enjoy the different ships. I mean, I ran around on my main science tune for ages in a it was a temporal destroyer with a cannon energy loadout, and he wasn't doing much damage, but I absolutely loved playing the game. Even to the point that when the new ship came out, I wasn't expecting 2 energy weapons. I still went and got it because I've got a soft spot for the old Mobius. Just passing the entrance to Gamma Eridon. No, we didn't go past it. No, you always try and fly to the point. There it is. Well, we can load in. Now I'm expecting the numbers to be much greater than the 42 that we've got here, or that we got last time. Mainly because it is a ship specifically designed for what I'm trying to do. I would have if they were in target in front of me, but they're not. I have to change that. Alright, so yeah, it was a little bit different. I was using high yield on that rather than torp spread. Right, let's jump in that one more time. Get some other numbers. Let's see if we can get roughly the same. What's that, 57? Ah, we've got the Enterprise. So I'm using the actual heals because by using those I actually proc chances of gaining bonus damage and bonus ox power. So even though I don't need the heal, So as you see, pretty comparable. Right, let's jump in and do a... I could do it getting some more fleet marks. Let's do a normal fleet alert. Anybody wants to do a fleet alert, jump into one. Right, also I've got some DOF missions as well. Let's have a look and see if I've got any of these that can be collected. I'm moving away from the ones that have actually got the bonus on the green, because it's actually putting up the chance of critical by taking out that mark down. So it's worthwhile. So you can see we got up to 23% by switching out those 3 officers it suggested. Sorry, 4 officers. So when those all come through, definitely be organising a high for some of those runs, because there's a lot of those that will give me bonus control, which will be quite good. Be good if I can get that second projectile training one. This one used to be really good if you're running energy weapons. It used to affect the drop off of power that you got from being further away from a target, but they've changed the way that that works now. So it's no longer giving the massive boost that it used to give to players. So it's not as sought after. It was featured in Captain Handsome Jack's video about two and a half years ago, called Doffing for DPS, and it never really caught on until about a year and a half ago, and then the devs got wind of it and realised it wasn't working right, which we'd told them, for 3 years that it wasn't working right, and then they'd done something about it, which was a good thing. It made me move to a proper side talk build for one. But if you do want to run it, there's 2 officers that you can get that give you a, I think it's a 31 or 32% chance of a crit, and it's one called Shrosk. I've probably got him on another mission somewhere. And he has both of the abilities that are required. So yeah, him just there. And I do actually think that on this entire roster I only have a couple of blues. There you go, one green. I don't even need that one. Probably break that one down. Don't think I've got any whites. Right, still waiting for this fleet alert to finally pop and take me in. It's not happening tonight by the look of it. Well, if the fleet alert's not going to pop, I will have to go and find something else to do. So, right, where am I? I'm right by New Romulus. Let's go to... Let's do a little bit of ground. Let's go and kill some Voth. Hello, Ping. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Arrived just in time to see me beaming down to ground and taking on some Voth. I'm going to switch out because I know I've got an EV suit on. I don't need that one. I want my recoil on. That's the one. That's right, yeah, and I'm running around pretending to be a gold today, aren't I? Come on, Geordie, keep up. So this is great to come over here, get marks, pick up dilithium. Not immune to fire. There you go, that's that one done. Yes and no. There are other things that you can use your marks for first. As a vanity shield is if you're doing a bit of space Barbie. Je ne parle français. Yeah, unfortunately not. Well, I say that I've got very limited understanding what I took many years ago at school. Right, so this is another one of those ones where we have to loiter around. Yeah, I do have two other languages. It's been a while since I used them though. I lived in Spain for 3.5 years, and I learned Spanish, but it's a mixture of Mallorquin and Spanish. And I also speak some very basic Japanese as well. No, it's the thing with Mallorquin Spanish is very very similar to a mixture of, I say, more French Spanish. So some of the words are French or similar to French. Almost got this point. There we go. Next one. I'm going to move that skill over to there because that's on a button that I can use. So yeah, so we've got a good few people over here now, so this one should move a little bit quicker. Always handy to have a good few engineers over here. They don't exactly tell us why they're here, do they? And what this device is doing. Excellent, Fox. Did you find that actually worked for you and it's working correctly on the F9 button? It's probably one of the best things that you can actually do in your combat log file. Good. So yeah, F9, if you look in the top corner of the screen, over the minimap, you see that overlay there. That's combat log off, combat log on, and it's all performed just through pressing F9. Great little addition that you can have if you're monitoring your damage. So just waiting for the tip over to 100%, and then this VREC should appear. I don't think I can get through this way. Or can I? Let's have a look. No. Right, let's move to the space battle zone instead. So what we do is we jump out of here quickly, then we jump back in. In fact, I've already been around the space battle zone once tonight. Let's go and do a different one. Which one should I do? go to the Badlands. Badlands! In fact, let's just do it the easy way. We'll go to Defira and take the small, jolly little jaunt down. With the now famous navigator that's got the special ability of crashing into stars. Honest, there was no star there, it just jumped out in front of me as I was passing by. I've heard that excuse so many times. Marina Sirtis even used it when questioned about crashing the Enterprise onto Viridian 6. Or was it 5? One of the two. Might have even been 4. I'm going to be just AFK for 1 second, so if you just bear with me a moment. Right, so it looks like I got here just in time for the map to roll over, the same as the other zone probably would have done. Typical. Okay, so perhaps I will do a TFO instead then. See now, if you hit that fast enough, I swear that Admiral Quinn is saying our scouts have found an attack elephant instead of an attack element. Now I've said it, you will hear it every time. Well, I'd have to play the new missions, but I'll do those tomorrow. Just got to play them again to pick up the... So here we go, let's listen to this, you'll see what I mean. No. No, let me just drop the mission first, that's why it's not doing it. There's... Let's drop. There we go, this is what he says. If you listen, I'll cut it off and you will now hear him say, our scouts, and that phrase will talk about attack elephants. Right, no, it's not doing it there. It's when we come into the sector. Oh well, how to make yourself look silly on a stream. Woohoo! I'm not going to fly all the way to the edge of the map. I suppose I'll go out to Badlands and come back in again. Yes, assimilated attack elephants. Oh, I'm glad to know that the people viewing the stream are just as deranged as I am. Suppose it could be worse. She could be showing you real geekiness and calling them Loxodons. Right, so let's do this TFO. I just jumped in and jumped out to see if it would repeat that, but it didn't. Oh well. But which TFO to do? Which one do you want me to do? Choose a TFO for me and I'll jump in it. No, my luck, I'll probably DC anyway. That's what usually happens when I jump into TFOs. Let's do a crystalline. I haven't done a crystalline today. Need to do one of those. Might as well get it over and done with. Atmosphere assault. You are evil. No, I'm doing a CCA instead. Especially as the only shuttle I'm using, I think, is the Aeon Time ship, and its hull is absolutely pathetic. I think it's something like 15k hull. I mean, so only saving grace was that it was the only shuttle that you were able to put the Tipler and the Mannheim on, but now you can put them on any shuttle, so it no longer has that going for it. So the only reason for having it is to get the Aeon skin for the Wells, Mobius, Verne and Klein. And Paradox. You can put the skin on the Paradox as well. took a bit of time, but I think it's going to DC me. No, it's not. It's going to go in. Brilliant. We should get a double pop here. We normally do. No, we didn't. Get all the debuffs out first, then fire the torps. I thought I had the continuity, but it must have propped last time round. Oops! Kaboom! Respawn takes such a long time. Right, let's take the fleet marks from that one. Awesome! Now what I have a look at is because I've popped on that different console in the attack there, so I'm going to have a quick look and see what sort of damage I got from radiation. So let's have a look at the parser. It should be shown on stream, but it's not. There we go. It says now on stream. There we go. Brilliant. Right, so there's another window that you can't see. Let me just enable that for you. There you go, and that's the player combat analysis page. So what's actually happening is on the build. If I go back to Stowe, so let me just hide that and hide that. So you can see it still here, this console just here. This is boosting and giving that deflector a little bit of a kick on its radiation damage, so it's working with the two of those. And it's one of the old metas. If you also throw in the PEP torpedo on the front here, which I haven't done on this variant of the build, you'll get a nice proc from the theta radiation from that torp as well, that's boosted solely by this console. So it does boost a few things. So if you are running the PEP torpedo and you're looking for a little bit more bang for your buck on a size ship, tactical command counter relay, and it's that 32.7% radiation damage bonus at epic. That's a nice little push. Let me have a look at what time it is. So I'm going to probably go until midnight my time. It's now what, 11:50. I've been streaming for a good few hours tonight. So I would be by myself, Jordan, if you'd come into stream with me, but you're obviously doing something tonight that's more important than talking to your friends online. Alright, let's get to that fleet alert that I said I was going to do. But anyway, welcome to the stream, Jordan. Thanks for stopping by and watching. Most appreciated. Shinora, have diplomatic immunity. There you go. Be nice to you. That's one of the glitches in the squadron here. Let's move back to Seoul. Well, I don't think this mission's gonna... This TFO's gonna pop over. So what I will do, as I said, I won't play it tomorrow, I'll do it tonight. Right, let's go there. Well, we'll do this mission. Play through it. I think I'm on advanced settings, it should be good enough. Which one was it I wanted? It was the first one, wasn't it? Plausibility of the possible. You having Discord problems, Jordan? That's probably why he's not joining me tonight. Ah, here he is.
Yeah, I would be, but not being gay now.
And how are you this evening, Jordan?
Doing alright, Ed, and yourself?
Yeah, doing good, doing good.
Yeah, I've been having fun with that dark matter torpedo.
It's a good torpedo, isn't it? It's very good.
I don't see it half the time. The black torpedo against a black background. I don't see it.
Right, so walk with Captain Lorca and head to main engineering. Oh, I'm doing the plausibility of the plausibility plus extra bonus
Oh,
something or other.
what are you doing that mission for then?
Because I haven't done it yet.
Oh, you not? Holy shit!
Well, I have, but or I haven't. I can't remember. I might have done.
You may or may not, may have or may have not have done.
Yes, I've done it in a different timeline. 3 times as much lens flare. It was so bright. I can't remember doing it. Right, modulate shields. See, you modulate the shields the same as you would do by collecting an energy a sample from space. Yeah, that's right. Fleet. I'm just thinking a fleet admiral has to go around and do all this work. Seriously, they've got minions to do this sort of thing. They should be sat behind a desk somewhere.
I was about to say, since when have the Klingons been so good at science?
They're not. That's why they've got a Vulcan here doing it.
That's true.
Great. So, I'm colourblind with red and it's very difficult seeing the overlay on this. Thank you very much. Where I can't even see this one. There it is. Oh, Jesus Christ. There it is. It's so difficult when you're colourblind. I can do it fine when I'm on the ground doing mining. Don't think of these things.
I never thought of that.
Cheers, Jordan. Go off people very, very quickly.
Oh, Klingon.
Ah, that's alright. They won't last long. Oops.
Holy shit.
I think they're dead. Is there more out in the corridor? Yeah. Where do you think you're going?
Greetings.
Oh, it's the
shit, I should have
Professor. How you doing, Professor?
Good,
Why did I
good,
do
good.
that?
Welcome to the stream.
Oh, thank you. Good to be here.
Yay! Right, that's that done. Now it says talk to Captain Lorca. Where is Lorca gone? No, he's run away.
Fuck is a bastard. Because I now know from season 1.
Oh, he's finally shown up. There he is.
I forgot to see how to actually watch the stream in here. Shit.
Oh, you just missed it. Ed was colorblind for me.
Yeah, I couldn't work out what was going on.
Yeah. Well, I can't figure out how to watch the stream, so there you go. Oh, that's right. I couldn't do it off of here. I had to actually go to the website to do it.
Yep.
That mental weapon, that's ultra rare.
Oh, go to the shuttle bay. Look, I'm just running around the ship doing blah 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 blah. Don't worry, I'll kill them all for you.
Look at all the pretty. Well, I thought I just saw a Klingon moonwalking backwards.
It probably was.
Now to a cutscene.
No, we're not.
Lag, 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 lag. Yeah, I must say, out of all the good things about Star Trek Online, the worst thing about the game, yeah,
What? The end?
yeah, no, the AI is not the smartest thing.
Well, that's handy, really, isn't it? I have met some of the player base.
Hey, some of the bots do better.
Yeah, I would admit I can be like that at times as well. What am I doing?
Doing it.
Alright, this is ridiculous. I know this is my password. It's saying it's not my password.
Caps lock, spaces.
I gotta. Does the username have to deal with that as well? Is the username case sensitive?
No, not normally. The password would be.
Yeah, I know, and I put the password in like I normally do. Shit happened to me last time too.
Do you have the password saved at all in your browser?
Yeah, it doesn't give me the option. I saved it last time,
Yeah,
and then it went away.
go in and remove it from the list of saved passwords and go back in and enter it manually. Sometimes it can save errors. I've had this happen before.
Well, see, the thing is, I'm typing the password in manually here. Okay. See, the thing is, now it says it doesn't even have a saved password on here.
Yay! Let's get in a shuttlecraft. Yay, now I feel really secure in a shuttlecraft. Oh no, I'm in my own.
Best.
Brilliant. Let's have you instead.
Wait, hold on a second. There we go. You with the husky again.
Yep. He's cute. He's also better looking than I am.
Yeah, that's not saying much.
Yeah, I know. There we go, let's lock them down there.
All ships circle the wagon. Watch out for each other. We'll get through this.
I like his little pep talk there. Of course we get through this.
Yeah, saying that basically, it's like shit. It's like saying that a movie is better than the movie Geely. Okay, it's a low bar.
Oops, there we go. That's them done. Let's answer the hell from this ship. Oh, rubbing my eyes. Wakey, 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 wake up.
Nice work, Captain. I'm sure that'll work.
This is land. The destination is classified.
I don't disagree. I'd like to say
Blah, 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 blah. There we go. Mission completed. All that part of it anyway.
My team is on board, Captain.
So, how are you, Professor? Been up to much?
No good as usual.
Excellent.
We've arrived at coordinates.
I mean, I have a reputation to uphold.
I wouldn't call that a reputation.
Transmitting initial seat ferry
Anything's a reputation. It's just a matter of how good or bad it is.
That's true, actually. Head to the indicated coordinates. Okay.
A word?
Yeah. I realize it's probably like, old hat to you guys, but I'm happy I finally got my APG over 500.
Nice.
Mhm.
Serving here allows Voster to use new methods. There are those in Starfleet who are more focused on results than the cause. My team has the prisoners prepped for transfer.
Alright, let's jump down to the ground and transfer the prisoners. Well, I'm sure it's all going to go horribly wrong. Yeah, he thought it is as a cutscene.
Yay.
There was a cutscene.
As in, according to Starfleet regulations. Yeah, why don't you show us we have our order.
Hey, look, it's just a reskin of facility, what,
428,
4308?
428,
4208?
49321 plus the number you first thought of.
Mm-hmm. 90210.
Yep. If you look closely, you can see Jason Priestley behind this mask.
Mm-hmm.
Right, take the prisoner to maximum security. Which one? Well, it must be through here then.
Just wondering what you have in mind for our prisoners.
Yeah, let's go ahead and make Harlan as, as sexist, bigoted, and idiotic as possible.
Yep.
What are you two hens clucking about back there? Oh, gee, man, you're in the fucking 23rd century. Get your shit together.
It's only 25th, aren't we?
Oh, you're doing a historical simulation at that point, so it's back in time.
For operations, it could be yesterday or
Whatever day we want, yeah.
It'd be 5,000 years ago.
It is. Wednesday.
Yeah. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. Ah, Christina Ricci.
Well, I say that, it's Thursday for me.
Oh, we'll be Thursday in about 5 hours.
God, love the range on this gun.
Taking it just hit midnight over there.
Sorry?
Taking it just hit midnight over there.
7 minutes ago, yep.
And speaking of midnight, I need to get off so I can get ready for work.
You've only just joined us, Jordan.
I know. But I've got work in the morning, so I'll see you guys.
Catch you later. Thanks for joining
See ya.
us.
Have fun.
I do like that combo of the paradox bomb, follow it up with the endothermic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I always enjoyed the exothermic and endothermic combo.
Yeah, I should pop on a Levac, which will enable it to fire out those little projectiles. I mean, you don't get a lot of damage from them, it just looks funky.
Mm-hmm. Which one?
Helevac.
Mm.
Oh, that's got to hurt. You just know your day's not going right when that happens.
Yeah, well, I just like how she just walks in like no care in the world.
Yeah, just one gun against all of those. Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
You two know each other? Wonderful.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. You ready for unskippable cutscenes?
That's most of the goal for the next wave to come in. Poor Geordie's unconscious.
Which I find it funny since he's a hologram.
Yeah.
They should, do something to say, you're not unconscious. Just go there and, I guess, like resuscitating is basically restarting the mobile emitter. Did we try turning turn it off and back on again?
It's nice to see text to sport hasn't changed.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Didn't see that above his head. Wasn't watching what I was doing. Too focused on the battles.
What am I doing? I'm eating.
No, I was just not noticing what was going on the map. I was too busy focused on killing Klingons. Damn viruses. That's a shot this way. That's nice that way. Right, let's go. Dun, dun, dun.
Get back on the shuttle. Still think it's a pretty ship.
Captain, one
The joys of gravity well.
Yes. Gotta love them.
Damn, dude, what the hell is your EPG sitting at?
Only 450.
And how is your Delphic Terror just ripping them new assholes like that? Mine doesn't do anything like that.
It's one of the secrets of the side build. is EPG is good, but there's a point where it's about 450, 500, and I'll show you after I've done this. Let me get out of this battle and I'll go through it. There's a range of consoles that you put on that sort of boost EPG, do funky effects, but will also enable you to boost your EPG crit chance and look at 2 damage that you're getting on your EPG.
Wow. I'm just gonna sit here and let you pummel me while I just wait for this thing to recharge. That way I can kill you.
Yeah, something along those lines. It's a good strategy. It works really well for me. There we go. That's that mission completed. Alright, let's just see what rewards I want for this one.
So you got a choice between a please don't hurt me and a pew pew pew.
Yeah, I'll put it on a DOF somewhere.
Hmm.
That's probably what I'll do with it. Or I might end up throwing it away like I usually do with stuff like that by accident. Oops. Things like that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the way I've crafted this tune has been a lot of input from doing a lot of testing, not only myself but also Tenor, and we found this little sweet spot. Let me just get rid of that. Wait. So when we are actually looking at the skills, as I was on here earlier on, you can see I'm not spec'd into any form of ultimate.
Yeah.
With the Psy or the tack or the Eng. But what I'm doing with the build is the same as most Psys that are using Psy Torque Boat CPGs. I'll have the restorative focusers in favour of EPG with the control backup, and then throw on the big plus 70. Is it 78 point or 76.8? I can't read the numbers, too far away for me.
See, I've got the exotic particle field exciter with EPG.
Yep.
Now, what I have here is I have particle focusers instead of restorative focusers.
Yeah, go for the restoratives. The reason being is that they proc off of the shield hills and the hull hills, and Ox to Sif. Look at the cycle time on this. So you get 11 seconds on that cycle time, and that is considered a hull hill. So that is giving you the chance of the bonus exotic damage. So as you can see, it dropped in there. It can stack 3 times, so I do have more than enough hills, to get, where is it? Yeah. So I got inspiration from that. So that gives you a nice little proc, and that it's giving you there is a Cat 2 bonus exotic damage. That will stack 5 times, and sometimes you do get lucky. You will get the 4 stacks. So it's a nice little bonus. And the thing is, with Ox to Sif being 11 seconds, there is a chance to pick up that 5th stack for 20 seconds of that 30 seconds run. So the other consoles that I've got in here, auxiliary ejection assembly. So that's almost 20% Cat 2 bonus exotic damage.
Okay.
Constriction anchor 25.3 bonus exotic damage. The
Yeah,
plasma,
that one I've got.
yeah, plasma storm is there for the control. It's got a bit of EPG on it, but that storm, when timed right with the right number of enemies, will, as you say, it will rip them a new one. I would normally use on here. There's a few things that I do drop in. I change this console around depending on where I am and what I'm doing, but a majority of the time I will have on where is it, the bioneural infusion circuits. The reason being is that it's a huge amount.
I have that one.
Yeah, huge amount of control and crit severity, and the severity in itself is a Cat 2.
Yeah.
So that's
Hey, looking at this, looks like the differences between yours and mine, like as far as the consoles are concerned, is that you've got the auxiliary ejection assemblies. In that spot, I've got the RCS accelerator with EPG.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got constriction anchor.
So
and
what you've got to look at here is when I'll show you the stats on the ship. So I've got all the power to Ox. If I go down to the psi abilities, you'll actually see that I'm not really 470 on the EPG. I've not gone over the 5. The reason being is that when you look at the 37.5 or the what is it 38.6 that you're getting from that RCS console, when you look at that gain, I'll show you it in real terms. So we've got here a gravity well, and it's got the 3,394.2 kinetic damage. And what I'm going to do is let's just I've got anything here. I can just quickly salvage this. I just need some space in the inventory, just so as I can drop this off. So that was, what was that, 3,392, sorry, 94.2. Now this is carrying nearly 40 points. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that off. So we're losing 40 points in EPG, which you can see here we've dropped.
Yeah.
In real terms, I have lost just over 100 kinetic damage off of that skill for 40 points. Now, when I look at, say, putting in its place something that gives me bonus exotic damage, that's a Cat 2. The amount of damage that that's going to give me is well in excess of what is being lost from a score, that's going to boost me by 40. So I'm playing with the numbers at the back end. I'm keeping it above a level where I know I'm going to do a decent amount of EPG damage, and that's between 450 and 500. Anything going over that is going to start detracting away from my ability to boost that damage at a Cat 2 rate. So it's finding that balance, and that's what a lot of psis are doing out there. They're finding that fine balance between Cat 2 damage and exotic damage bonus, which you've seen on the consoles, and that EPG figure. And you do start to reach diminishing terms with it once you get to a certain level. I mean, you're not quite there yet. Another 50, 60 points, and you would be. There'd be no point in putting any more into it. But
yeah, the way I was given to understand is that I notice you got your control expertise at 341.
yeah,
the way I've was led to be understood was that when you hit like 250,
that's correct.
Kind of like,
that is correct. You're 100% correct in that. 250 there is a cap, But they've moved it.
Because mine's at 255, so
But
it's
they,
like I'm still right there without an issue.
but they moved it. It used to be that 250 would give you 14k. But now, I mean, even at 341, where are we? So 10.8. So that's what I'm saying. They've moved the cap. Let's take off 2 of these. Each one of these has got on 26.3 in control. So we'll just take off 2 of these. So as you can see, they've shifted the cap. So it's worth speccing that little bit more into it. The maximum is now 12. So if I pop QSM for the extra 100 points, you can see it now caps out at 12 kilometers. And that cap is somewhere round about the 400, 450 mark. So that's why I have it at that level, so that when I usually go in with my first grav well, I do it under QSM in effect. So it's going out with a max cap. After that I don't need it. And the reason for being that little bit high is in most maps, if you know when you're in the Badlands, you get the Terran cruisers come in, and they're going to push you out with repulsor beams. No effect, because the control level's high enough. And also, it's some of the Borg have a hard time controlling as well when your level's up a bit higher. Although some Borg ships do have an enormous amount of control, and there's nothing you can do against their tractor beams.
Yeah. Alright.
But yeah, it is a fine balance. Well, not a fine balance, just getting used to popping it in the right order and balancing those figures.
Find the balance that works best.
Yeah, I mean, I do have some matches where I will drop off the Plasma Storm and pop on Chains of Fire. And I've been getting some good numbers out of that, actually. Have I got it in the inventory still? There you go, Chains of Fire. So, I mean, that does pull your enemies towards you. So, it will, if you've got a grav well out, you can pull a few targets out. And as you can see, that's 22.196 fire damage. Yeah, and then you've got for 10 seconds another 1,109 fire damage times 2 per second. Yeah, so it's not about. I mean, I'll throw it into the rotation. So what's that? That's I drop. I've got the warp core ejection on anyway, so I'll throw that over there. Get that off there. We go to my favourite system. Just give it a run through its paces, and I'll also get some true numbers out of it. Suddenly thought I should have taken the quick way. Hit the slipstream. Wasn't thinking. Right. Yeah, it happens. Well, it's late for me. It's quite half midnight.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's just jump in here.
It's a good reason.
Right, so this is going to go out in a big hail of exotics. What I'll do is I'll actually switch over to a spread. Let me just drop that onto the menu bar. So let's choose the cruiser first. I'm not going to bother with QSM at the start on this one. I'm holding off on those exotics for the moment. I'll probably regret it, but thank my lucky stars for continuity.
Yeah, it does have a tendency to come in handy from time to time.
It does. Start stacking plasma burn on that. Let's give them a grav one as well. Capture the rest of those. Right, powder walks, QSM, and now let's get out those chains of fire, which get lost in everything. What I'm doing here is I'm rocking the ship backwards and forwards. It means I'm not stationary that way, then I actually still have defence. I don't start going into negative figures. Oxosif was just about to cool down. Oh, bet you hate it when that happens. And there we go. Let's repair that. Do that. Be nice if you just had a little repair button straight there that worked. That'd be so handy. So I use the hill there to proc the drainer engines. Remember when I first got them, it was so difficult getting used to the sudden speed up that it gave you whenever you activated a hill. It's like, why am I going so quickly? Oh yeah, I've got those engines on again, haven't I? Quite like that torpedo. They don't, obviously. Have a plasma storm while I heal up. Have a grav well. Can I get round in time? Looks to sift, no. Oh dear. They're probably still destroyed anyway. That plasma storm will keep going. Won't be the first time. So that chain of fire was pretty even at the end. It dragged that ship and blew it up on the way over. Ouch. God, there was loads of deaths in that one. So I do notice that console bit not being there. So which ship are you actually flying at the moment, Professor?
Atlas.
Sorry?
Atlas.
Ah, the prototype dreadnought.
Mm-hmm.
How are you finding it? I quite like it. It's a nice ship. Right, let's see what I can recycle first, if anything. Yeah, as I said earlier on, I said I was going to probably get rid of those. Really don't need that many large shield charges anymore. Picked up them to do an endeavour with. And just taking up space, I might as well just clear them out. I'm not using those anymore. Cool, that's giving me a bit more space. Yay! Yeah, occasionally we'll throw on things like that temporal disruption torpedo. That's quite fun to play with. When it finally works properly. It generates some rather silly numbers. Right, let's go to let's go to Korea then. When I get there, I'll change ship. I also have to just change a couple of traits. Mainly because I'm not utilising one of the traits. So yeah, this is the Eternal, and it's another one of my favourite science ships. But I don't think I'm using Photonic Officer on this. Yep, I am. But if I remember rightly, I get a big DPS drop. So let me just change that back to Subspace Vortex 3 there. And that should be a hazard emitters. Let's drop this back on the menu bar. Nah, something's missing. I should have something on that. I can't think what it would be. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. Oh no, I didn't change that trait off. I'm probably going to make this one my last run, then I'm going to be calling it a night on the stream. 38 minutes past midnight now. It was one of my favourites until I got the Tholian ship, and I really do like the Tholian ship. I got this one mainly because of the damage it can do, and some of the things that it's. I'll go through it and show you in a moment. Let me just find the trait that I want. There we go. So yeah, the reason is that if you look here, it's got the 1, 2. There should be a third. There you go. So 3 temporal skills, and also running with the temporal tree. And I've also, whenever I activate a temporal ability, so if we have a look at this one here. So it should be whenever I activate. It's maybe not there. It's on one or the other. Does my PC have trouble with the effects? In all honesty, no. Let's just jump back into the map. You'll see on the stream. I call it the lag boat because usually when I jump into a map with someone else, so I bring their graphics down to 1 FPS once I fire off all the exotics. I mean, so as long as you've got a reasonable system, it can handle stone no problem. I think this is probably going to give me a DC here now. Just didn't like what I was doing. Let's see if it is. Oh, the joys of Star Trek Online. Yep, there we go. It says thrown me from the game. Give me a second and I shall be back. So even though I didn't need that temper ability, I popped it anyway because it's a chance of getting a proc of inspirational leader and a few other things as well. I really need that causal reversion to come back round so as I can utilise it. But I've got lots to sift there, that'll give me a bit of a boost. I know what's wrong with this. Build's not right. It's missing the weapons. I changed it around. I want to change out those torps. So you'll see what I mean. See the difference in a minute once I do this. I've dropped the plasma torps on here, and I've also got on different DOS than I'd normally use. me just change this round. And that would be the pep in there, and in there I will put the dark matter. I'm not worried about anything in there for the moment. Doff wise, go for some technicians. I've probably got them already on missions somewhere. Let me have a quick look. Oh, what do you know? It's unbound the officers. That's nice. Because I did have 3 of them on the build. Three of those. The chance doesn't stack, but it increases the chance of it actually happening. So I did run with 3 of them, and it worked quite well. Then the 5th one I used to put in sometimes the Zindi officer is Ixachik. This one just here. So I do have another bound version somewhere I should do. So looking at this, it's actually unbound a lot of officers that I had bound before. Which is nice of it. Thanks very much, game. I appreciate you doing things like that. Oh well. There we go. Right, so let's just have a quick check of the other traits just to make sure. Right, for how often that actually occurs, let's drop that. No point putting fleet coordinator on if I'm on my own. Running on elite, I suppose I could do with biotech patch. Not running energy weapons. No point in having any of those. I think the healing might be a little bit of a good idea, so a biotech patch is quite handy to have. No, I would normally use fleet coordinator in a run, but I say I'm on my own, so I won't bother sourcing that at the moment. What I would do is I'll throw on operative just for that little bit of extra crit. There we go, that'll do. And we'll jump back in and do career again. We'll start it over. Because it wasn't feeling quite right. Yeah, that feels better. No, I've stopped using the into the breach trade a while ago actually. Probably about 3-4 weeks ago. I wouldn't say any particular reason. There wasn't anything better that came along. I think it came down to the actual number of tags on kills in the end. So when we actually look at the trait, where is it? So the way I was thinking it was working, that you had to actually have the kill on the target in order for the debuff to apply. And when you're on a 5-man team, sometimes I wasn't getting all the kills. A classic example of that was we went in to do an ISA one night, and I targeted the tac cube at the start, rolled in the same as everybody else, fired all my weapons, and I watched shots go off, but no damage resolved for the first 29 seconds of the map for some unknown reason. So if I'd had that trait on, it wouldn't have done anything. I mean, I'll have another look at it. But I was going back then just for boosting the torpedoes and damage, and I found that it was better that way. As I say, there's no particular reason for it. Oh dear, but I am yawning away. It is 12:53 in the morning for me. I am going to be calling it a night.
Alright.
Yep. I'm going to say thank you to everybody for joining me on stream tonight, and I shall see you again soon. And good night.
Yep. Yeah. Good night, everybody. Thanks for the memories.